Hello everybody and welcome to Whitley Bay High School, and thank you for attending our open evening tonight. I'm Steve Wilson, head teacher at the school, and you're also going to hear from Andy Sherlow and Sarah Fitzpatrick, who are deputy heads at the school tonight. As you know, choosing a school is a very important decision. I know this myself from personal experience, having had both my boys go through Whitley Bay High School. Indeed, I'm one of a long line of teachers at the school and other staff at the school who have sent their children to Whitley Bay High School, and I think there's probably no bigger recommendation than that. I think on the screen there where it says enjoy, participate, achieve, really does sum up what we're all about at this school. We want students to enjoy all aspects of school life, and they tell us all the time that they do. We also want students to get involved in the huge range of additional activities that are on offer, and there is a huge range. And we want, and our students are, incredibly successful at GCSE and A-level. Having said that, it is important that I say we are not an examination factory. As head teacher at this school, if students left Whitley Bay High School saying, yes, I got great results, but I didn't enjoy my time at school, I would not be happy. And for me, actually, that enjoyment of the school does lead to those fantastic results that we get. So, I would like to say that we have a distinct ethos at the school. Visitors who come to the school and Ofsted who came to school said there's a very distinct ethos at Whitley Bay High School. And the starting point of that ethos is that it's based on a praise culture. We never underestimate the value of praise. And we have a byline which is catch students being good and reward them for that. And we send thousands of postcards rewarding students for how well they've done in school or during different activities. We also develop very strong positive relationships between students and staff, and that's very clear every day as you walk around this school. I know we are a large school, but being a large school does bring many benefits. We have a very broad curriculum. Students can do the subjects that they want to do, and because we're a large school, we can offer a huge range of extracurricular opportunities. But even though we are a large school, we still manage to maintain a small community atmosphere with small tutor groups and small class sizes. We have a fantastic staff at this school, and teachers devote a huge amount of time to making learning interactive, fun and enjoyable. And I know Andy's going to say a little bit more about that shortly. We also do everything we can to look after students from the day they join us to the day they leave. Indeed, students come back after they've left to tell us how they're getting on and ask for more advice, and we love seeing them. Our whole ethos of the school is underpinned by the notion that we are all different and all equal, and we live by that approach. So, what does this approach lead to? Well, it leads to students who enjoy coming to school. Students tell us that all the time. Students are happy here and really get involved in the array of activities that are on offer. This is a very happy school for students and staff, and students are successful at a number of different levels, well beyond exam success. I'll say a little bit more about exam success later on, but what that leads to is students can go on to their dreams and ambitions at post-16 or post-18. They get where they want to be because of how well they do at Whitley Bay High School. Most good schools will provide extracurricular opportunities, but what marks Whitley Bay High School out is the range and the variety of activities that we offer. There are some 50 different clubs in addition to all the sports teams which students can get involved in. The vast majority of our students get involved in at least one club or activity. There's just some examples of the extracurricular activities on the board there. We also know all the sporting success we have in terms of national finalists in volleyball. We were cup winners for the girls and boys football team. Our under-18 girls went to the national final, made it to the national final and lost out in the final by 1 goal. But again, they made it all the way to the national final. So in terms of sport, there's plenty for students to get involved in. If you're interested in music, we've got the string orchestra, the jazz band, the whole school orchestra, choir, soloist of the year, to name just some. We also offer a school show and performance showcases. So there really is something for everyone at the school. And if there isn't, this already some year 9s have been to see us say, can we set up this club, can we set up that club? And we're helping them to do that. And when Ofsted were in just over a year ago, they were absolutely astounded by the number of clubs we had to offer. I'm not going to go through our results in any great detail. I'll just say we are one of the highest performing schools in the country for GCSE and A-level success, and that's from the Department for Education performance measures, not our own. What's particularly pleasing for me is that students of all abilities do outstandingly well at this school. And I know some people say, well, you'd expect Whitby High School students to do well, but it's important to say the progress of our students is excellent, and students of similar ability will get better GCSE results at Whitby High School than most other schools in the country based on the Department for Education performance tables. And I'm a firm believer that that enjoyment of learning and the fantastic support students get leads to those fantastic results. Andy's now going to talk a little bit more about teaching and learning.
Right, hi everybody, good evening. My name's Andy Shirlow and I'm one of the deputy head teachers here. So it's quite hard to believe for me that this is my 23rd year teaching at this school. And I just want to share with everybody that I absolutely love working here, and that's really, really important to say. One of the best things I've ever been part of during my time working at this school was actually being part of the design team that led to the building that we're all sitting in now. And I don't know why I'm pointing at it, bear in mind you're all sitting in it. But this wonderful building that we have. So what we wanted with the design of the building is to make sure that it reflected our learning culture and what we wanted for our students and our learners. And you're going to have a chance tonight to walk around the building and hopefully feel everything that we aim to do in the design. So we wanted very much a campus style feel. We wanted our learners, whilst they're here, to feel like emerging young adults who are really serious about their learning, and that was so important to us that the design actually reflected that. You'll see a whole host of new technologies, you'll see lots of facilities that are available, and we're very, very proud of the establishment that we've created so that students can love their learning while they're with us. So just a little bit about our learning culture, okay, in our teaching and learning community. So everything that we do, everything that we deliver in lessons-wise, it's to promote this sense of enjoyment, enthusiasm and engagement for students. So we design our lessons so that they have a really great time while they're learning all the content that they do. Our culture is very much focused on developing their levels of knowledge and their levels of academia, but also the skills that they're going to require to be really successful in their lives generally. And as a result of that, we have a real large focus on classroom talk and discussion, because we know how important communication is in the job world and in life in general. So we really focus on those things. Underpinning all of that, we absolutely love and embrace creativity, and we have absolute ambition, aspiration and a commitment to improvement for all, and that is everybody in this establishment, so the students and the staff as well. Now, Steve mentions this all the time, that we are absolutely not an exam factory, and we very much are committed to developing and educating students to be the best versions of themselves. So again, everything we do from a lesson perspective isn't just about those kind of levels of academia and skills, it's about these things on the board as well. So we're very much big on relationships. We want to develop really, really positive relationships with students. We want to encourage teamwork and motivation. And we want to develop those softer skills which we feel are so important as well. So things like empathy, kindness, consideration. Safety is an obvious one. We want students to be safe, and they are safe when they're with us. And all of this leads to effectively happy students, which is what we're all aiming for all the time. So I'm going to hand over to Sarah now.
Hello, good evening everybody. I'm Sarah Fitzpatrick, Deputy Head Teacher. I've got the absolute privilege of sharing with you this evening some of the views of students and parents. So you may have read some of the slides that were on the rolling PowerPoint as you came in. That and two more slides that I'm hoping you can read behind me as I'm talking really come from our student survey. We had over 700 responses last week to our survey that we put out, and I have to say they were wholly positive from students. Having read them all, our students consistently tell us that they feel respected, listened to and supported here at Whitley Bay High School. They value the strong relationships with teachers and the wide range of GCSE options on offer for them, and also the safe, welcoming environment we create together. They speak enthusiastically about the many opportunities to get involved, from clubs and activities that help them to connect with others, but also, more importantly, feel part of our vibrant and collaborative school community. Okay, and similarly with parents. So we, in our most recent parents survey, we had over 1,000 responses. And what I've tried to do is put them into 5 key areas. First of all is communications. Parents consistently praise the school's proactive communication home. Staff are described by parents as approachable, compassionate and effective in supporting both the students and the families as well. Secondly, transition. Parents highlighted how well their children settle in here and how effective the transition is, even if they've had previous challenges in their middle schools. And transition events and extra support and welcoming environment help students to feel confident and cared for here at Whitley Bay High School. Thirdly, they appreciate the pastoral and SEND support for mental health, anxiety and learning needs. The team, the SEND team and the key workers are recognised for their sensitivity and their dedication as well. Parents tell us that students enjoy their lessons and the clubs named in the survey particularly were film club, football, as well as Rise and Read really positively. And actually parents recognise that these activities help students to build relationships, friendships and their confidence. And finally, the safe and inspiring environment. Parents feel their children are safe here, they are supported and inspired to learn. So on my final slide, I've just put some quotes. Again, you feel free to read them over my shoulder. These are direct quotes from parents to us as part of the survey. And to me, they really do highlight the high quality teaching, the focus on pastoral care and personal development. They highlight the successful relationship that we have between staff and students. But our collective favourite quote is the one just second from the bottom, which actually says that we have a culture of kindness. And to me, that's something we are incredibly proud of here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. As you're probably aware, we had our Ofsted inspection in June 2024. I don't believe in one-word judgments, but I do think the report does sum up or capture quite well what the school is all about. It talks about pupils thriving here, behaviour is exemplary, achievement is exceptionally high, there's a powerful sense of community, there's a calm, safe and inclusive atmosphere, and it's founded on extremely strong and supportive relationships at all levels. And I do feel that sums up what we think about the school, but as Sarah's just gone through, what the students and parents think about the school as well. So we're very pleased with that report because it captured us. Just in terms of admissions, I think it's important that I do say something about admissions. You'll be aware that the local authority have taken the decision to close Monkston High School. Since that decision was made, we've done everything we can to try and support our local community. We've changed our catchment area, so the catchment area for Whitley High School is now Whitley High School's catchment area and the old Monkston High School catchment area. Those two catchment areas together are referred to the North East Planning Area. We've also increased our admission number to 390 from 370, and 390 will be admission number for September 2026. It's important to say in terms of admissions, if you want to come to Whitley High School, you must put us down as first choice. This will not affect your second or third choice, but you must put us down as first choice. But as ever, think very carefully about your second and third choice. If you have any specific questions tonight about admissions, Steve Williams, who's in charge of admissions at the school, will be in the lecture theatre to answer any questions that you have in relation to your personal circumstances in relation to admissions. Okay, so a finishing slide before I hand over to Andy. There are lots of subjects tonight based in this block, in what's called A block, so please make sure you get round and see all those. But also in D block, which is that way across the way, we've got art, drama, music and the library. And also in B block, which is very much down the bottom of the school, we've got PE and sport studies. Please, when you go to D block, visit our library, because our library is actually pivotal to the success of our school. Also, please visit the sixth form area, not just to see it, but our catering team there are providing samples of the food that students would get if they come to this school, and also the sixth form cafe is open. As I've said already, the lecture theatre, if you have any specific questions about admissions. So before I hand over to Andy Sherlock to safely get you out of the building, I just want to finish by saying, I've got to say, being head at this school is an absolutely fantastic job. Every day I get to work with fantastic students, inspirational staff, in a lovely community atmosphere. If you choose Whitley High School, you'll be looked after, you'll be offered a wealth of opportunities and enjoy the the whole school experience. Thank you. I'm going to hand over Andy now to help you get out the hall safely. Thanks very much.
It's not often I stand up to a round of applause, so thank you for that. Right, okay, so I'm going to try and safely dismiss everybody around or out of this building now. If you could, please, we're going to use the sixth form helpers. We haven't drafted in a team from EasyJet, so they're the students in the orange T-shirts on the side. We're going to dismiss you in sections, and please can you follow the sixth formers to the area of the school that they're going to take you to. Once you've reached that area, you are free to go wherever you like. It's just to make sure that everybody doesn't descend at the same place at the same time, okay? Some of you are going to wait a little bit longer than others, so really sorry about that, and thank you in advance for your patience. And also some of the sixth form students do have extra booklets if anybody needs some and they haven't been able to pick any up. So we're going to go, it's the opposite way around unhelpfully on the board here. So section 1 is that section there at the front. So in a moment, I'm going to ask section 1 to go with Jonathan Holden. Give me a wave. They've been practicing their wave all the time. And you're going to go to PE first at the same time. Okay, section 2, and that's that side of the bleachers up into the blue row. Okay, you're going to go with Luke and Theo. If you wave as well, please. Yeah, Luke and Theo there. And you're going to go over to D block. So if I could ask sections 1 and 2, if you could go now, please, that would be great.